Okay, hear me out with this one. Whenever I see these types of videos on YouTube, they always kind of make me cringe. But of course, I'm guilty of making these videos also because they get views. But not only that, a lot of guys do ask me to talk about this stuff, and that's great. But let me just say right up front that I am not a relationship expert or a dating coach. You can find tons of those people out there all on your own. So take everything in this video with a grain of salt. All the things I'm going to talk about in this video are not rocket science. These are basic personal fundamentals that might seem too simple to work, but they absolutely do. Let me explain. And also, stick around to the end of this video because it's going to be story time. So I've dipped my toe into the dating pool a little bit recently, and it's a very strange world. In fact, it's kind of overwhelming. There's so much out there that it's kind of hard to navigate. And let me just say for some context with this video that I don't have a problem talking to women and I don't have a problem securing dates. That's not the issue. The issue is, I guess, managing all of it. It's insane. And I think I've come to realize that I just don't have time for it. And here's why. I'm over here trying to build myself, trying to grow this business, and I work practically every single day so that I can get ahead and be better than I was yesterday. I have goals, and they're not just going to magically materialize if I don't put in the work. And I'll talk more about that in just a minute. So the first thing I want to talk about really quick is that women tend to want what they can't have. So the trick for you is to have options or perceived options. This is social proof because if women see you with other women, even if it's just your friend or your sister, it's proof and validation that women like being around you. Because if you're hanging out with a group of friends, that includes a few women, that must mean, at least on the surface, that you're a decent guy and not a creep. So think about it this way. Who looks more appealing? The guy standing over there in the corner with a beer in his hand? Or the guy hanging out with 2 or 3 other people? So then the next obvious question is, well, John, how can I hang out with female friends if I can't attract a female in the first place? It's a catch-22. Do you have any friends at all? Do you have some guy friends that are married or have girlfriends? Go out with them. Spend some time doing things with your couple friends. And don't worry about being a third wheel or a fifth wheel. That's not what this is about. This is about you getting off your ass and getting out there and doing things socially with other people. Start doing things with your couple friends that maybe the women want to go do. Because think about it. If women want to go do XYZ on Saturday, the chances are that other women also want to go do that same thing. And that puts you right in the middle of an activity where a lot of other women will be. And here's something else that I want to add here really quick, because I get comments from a lot of guys when I make these types of videos that seem very jaded and disillusioned with women. And I get it. But you can't get pissed and blame the entire female population on a few bad experiences that you might have had. I also want to address the comments that will most likely tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about because I'm a single guy. Like, if you're single, dude, how could these things be possibly working for you? Or why listen to a guy talking about how to get women to chase you? Why not ask women for their opinion? But the flip side of that is the comments that will say that you shouldn't ask a fish how to catch a fish. And my point to that is, if the fish wants to be caught, wouldn't that be the best source? Okay, moving on. The next one is to not place women on a pedestal. Now, this one might seem counterintuitive because, of course, you want to show her that you're interested, but also understand that most women want to trade up, not down. When you put them up on a pedestal and you chase, you come off as needy and desperate, and you also seem beneath them, right? Again, women want to trade up. So in this case, it's in your best interest to seem like a better option and a level up. And also please understand that I'm not condoning tactics or silly game playing or being false and putting on a show to make it seem like you're somebody who you're not. The whole premise here in this video is to always be working on bettering your skills because this automatically increases your overall confidence and your self-worth. Okay, next is to have some measured success and a strong work ethic. Now, please understand that I'm not saying you need to be super wealthy with your own helicopter in the backyard, but what I am saying is that your finances should be in order. There's way too many dudes sitting out there on the couch right now, wasting time watching Netflix instead of working on their passion. And these same dudes are the ones complaining that they can't get laid. Listen, the simple fact is women are drawn to men who work on themselves. And part of that is, of course, having your financial house in order. A lot of us, man, me included, have gone through some financial hardships over the last couple years, and that's why Upstart is sponsoring today's video, because they understand that you are a lot more than just your credit score. Upstart is the fast and easy way to pay off your debt with a personal loan, and it's all done online. Whether that's paying off credit cards or consolidating high interest debt, like I'm doing, or funding personal expenses, over 1 million people have already used Upstart to get one fixed monthly payment. So unlike other lenders, Upstart considers your income and your current employment to find you a smarter rate for your loan. And without impacting your credit score, you can do a 5-minute online rate check and you can see your rate up front for loans between $1,000 to $50,000. And you can receive those funds as fast as 1 business day after accepting your loan. Find out how Upstart can lower your monthly payments today when you click that first link down in the description to upstart.com/fashion. That's upstart.com/fashion. Okay, the next way to have women chase you is to have a zero tolerance policy for game playing. I'll talk a little bit more about this coming up in story time, but at this point in our lives, we should all have a zero tolerance policy against immature games. There's too much of it out there. At this point, you gotta be real with me or I'm out. I don't have time for it. I'm too busy. And I feel like all these self-labeled YouTube dating coaches are feeding off of people's insecurities and regurgitating the same stuff on both sides. And because both sides are playing games and using tactics, nobody is connecting at all. And it seems like it's all about posturing and positioning instead of trying to make an actual connection with someone. Because think about it. You can use games and scripts to land a date, but once you're finally with this person, you still have to talk to them in real life and make a connection. You still have to be you, not some script that you paid for or that somebody else told you to say. Because honestly, how long do you think that facade is really gonna last? Okay, next is, and this is the big one, you have to know that you are valuable and worthy. Whether you want to acknowledge this or not, attraction is like looking into a mirror. So right now, if you seem to be only attracting women that are only interested in money, I can almost guarantee you that you are worried about money yourself, or that you're just constantly worried that women aren't going to like you if you don't have a lot of money. Here's something else. You attract what you are and what you truly believe. Because you can put on a show for people and act confident, but deep down, if you know you're a 3, you won't be able to attract an 8. You'll only attract another 3. Same thing goes for women here. If you have low self-esteem and low self-value, you'll attract the same person. And here's something else that goes a little bit deeper, but if you don't value yourself, you will allow other people to treat you like shit. That's how this happens. And maybe that's the topic for a whole nother video. All right, coming in next with how to get women to chase you is by having some boundaries and not allowing anyone to cross them. Now, of course, some people might cross your boundaries unknowingly, but once they do, you need to tell them in a respectful manner that that's one of your boundaries, and now they know. Because face it, if you don't have any boundaries, people can and will walk all over you and take advantage of you because you haven't established what you're willing to allow from somebody else's behavior. Having boundaries is basically like teaching other people how to treat you. And if that other person also has similar boundaries, they will absolutely understand yours. Quick example, Sunday morning is your golf outing. Every Sunday you get together with your buddies and you go play golf. If somebody wants to make plans with you on Sunday morning, you're not available because that's the thing that you do every Sunday and that's important to you. Now, you can be as rigid or as loose as you want with this, depending, of course, on the situation. But having some non-negotiable boundaries is something that other people will absolutely respect, especially if they, like you, are also high value and have similar boundaries. Okay, here we go. It's story time. All right, so I made a profile on a dating app, and within like a day or so, I matched with a lot of different women. This one woman sends me a message, and this was her first message to me. She goes, okay, let's get this interview started. Tell me about yourself. First of all, I'm not at a job interview, and second of all, I'm not applying for the chance to possibly take you out. I wrote that back to her and I unmatched her. I don't care how good looking she might have been, but there is absolutely no way I'm going to be coerced into working that hard. There's plenty more out there. I actually kind of feel sorry for her because the whole thing came off as she was jaded and calloused about the whole dating thing, and I could feel that in her message. So why would I even want to get involved in that? Look, I'm at a place in my life where I know my worth and I know my value. I know I'm a good guy with good qualities and a strong work ethic, and my priorities are with myself, not with dating apps. So if you're just super focused on dating and that's your priority, I think it might be time to take a step back and take a break from those apps. Take like 30 days. Here's one last thing that I want to leave you guys with. This is not about taking the red pill or MGTOW. This is about you being okay with you. There's way too many guys on YouTube that are trying to feed off of your insecurities and throwing around names like simp only to make you feel bad. It's like, shit, that doesn't sound good. I don't want to be a simp. It's like back when you were in 5th grade and somebody called you a name just to make you feel like you didn't fit in and feel bad. They're only feeding off your insecurities so you can buy their course. There's just way too many guys out there who are just so pissed off at the world and women in general for whatever reason, and they're trying to make you feel the same way. Because if now there's 2 of you, it's okay. Just be careful, man. If you're having a hard time, just take a break. Do something else for a while. Do some stuff that makes you feel good. Do stuff that you've always wanted to do. And like I've said before, you don't need a date and you don't need a permission slip from anyone to do anything. So listen, if you made it this far in the video, please tap the like button to let me know. I really hope you guys enjoyed this one. And as always, my friends, thank you very much for watching. Live well, and I'll see you in the next one.